Yo, 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 what is going on, my beautiful brothers and sisters, fellow radiators of love? My name is Jamal Pope, aka J Phoenix, and this is going to be your astrology forecast for Hump Day, December 20th of 2023. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Hopefully you guys enjoy your Hump Day Wednesday. We got a lot to talk about today. We got the moon in Aries today. We got the Venus opposing Uranus today with Mars and quincunx to Uranus. We have the sun, the last full day of it being in Sagittarius today, coming into that solstice tomorrow evening. We have Pluto moving off the 28th degree of Capricorn for the last time in all of our lives. It moves to 29 degrees of Capricorn today. So let's go ahead and hop into it. Well, let's start off with that moon and the sun, because that's generally where I like to start. That sun had 28 degrees of Sagittarius today, not really making any aspects besides a semi-sextile that's coming into a Pluto. And like I said, this is the last full day of the sun in Sagittarius. And anytime you get planets at the end of a sign, it definitely does bring up a bit of a more extreme energy, if you will. Let me adjust my light a little bit. It does bring up a bit of extreme energy. And with it being here at the end of Sag, because definitely be people trying to grasp onto certain beliefs, trying to perpetuate certain beliefs, like kind of like last minute ditch effort, Hail Mary kind of shit. And that's usually what I see, like the last degree of something. It's like last ditch effort, Hail Mary. Let's see if it works. Let's toss it up. Let's see how this is going to go. So, Mars is still here in Sagittarius too, which is nice, but it does make the quincunx over to Uranus today, while Venus is opposing it. So let's go ahead and just take a look at that, because that's pretty major shit right there. Mars will hit 19 degrees right before Venus does. But as you can see, they come into the 19th degrees, and we have this harmonic with the 19. Venus over here in Scorpio opposing Uranus. Venus has been flying through Scorpio, right? And it's weird too. I think, since Mars was leading the pack for the better part of several months, now that it's behind Mercury and the sun, it kind of feels like Mars is moving slower, even though it's technically not. Like, how fast is Mars moving? He's moving about 43 minutes a day. Venus is moving about a degree in 12 minutes a day, which is pretty fast for Venus and stuff. So Venus is definitely picking up speed. Jupiter is still retrograde, of course, retrograding at 2 minutes a day. Mercury's going back on almost a degree and a half a day, right? So, that's the weird thing about this. This Mars, like I said, it's +0, and Venus is +0 as well on their scores. It does kind of feel like things are moving a little bit slower. And I think what it is because, I think it's all a perception. I think it has a lot to do with this Mercury that's retrograding in Capricorn, where we felt like we were kind of moving forward and starting to have like some idea of what the future was going to look like. Now that it's retrograding back, it's like the clocks are turning backwards. You gotta remember, Capricorn does rule time, so it's like it does kind of feel with like time is slowing down, if you will. It felt like things were moving forward, almost going back in time. Are we going backwards? Are we like losing progress? Are we losing our footing? This Venus in Scorpio is definitely looking for those deeper connections and looking for that deeper intimacy, which a lot of people are, let's be real, afraid of. And when you're opposing a Uranus and Taurus, trying to find this deeper intimacy and a sea of people and wondering whether or not we have the same morals, the same values, the same convictions, the same solid footing, the solid ground, that can make for a weird energy, especially with a Mars in Sagittarius. Mars, which is the god of war, right? Aries, the god of war, and Sagittarius, which is all about belief, and I think about religion as well, with a quincunx awkward stare to Uranus, which is already shaking things up when it comes to larger collectives of people, Uranus, and what their values and morals are, and what their solid footing is, Taurus, what they value. And then, of course, you have Venus, which is the ruler of Taurus traditionally, opposing this energy as well. I wouldn't be surprised if something weird happens. We already have freaking volcanoes going off in Iceland and stuff. So I think it was either it was Iceland and yeah, I want to say it was in Iceland. We have volcanoes going off in Iceland. Like, this doesn't really surprise me that this happens whenever Uranus gets aspected. I'm not surprised that volcanoes are going up. I'm not surprised that there's some sort of crazy thunderstorm or electric storm somewhere, because that's what Uranus is, especially in the sign of Taurus, which is ruled by the earth. It's shaking things up. It's shaking things up, right? Now the earth itself is here in Gemini, though. So the earth is always opposite of the sun. It doesn't show it here, but that's where the earth always is. It's always opposite of the sun. So, which is interesting, right? Because now we're going to be coming into a season where the earth is going to be opposing Pluto. It's going to be about 30 days until we get there, but we're getting there, That's just something that I don't generally talk about where the earth is, but we did just have the Geminid meteor shower, which makes sense because the earth was in Gemini, right? So now, like I said, with this Venus and Scorpio, looking for the deeper intimacy, looking how to really connect on a deeper level, right? Uranus and Taurus, retrograde, mind you, is definitely shaking things up. And it may be hard to try and connect with people in that deeper way, especially, like I said, when there may be a conflict of belief here via this Mars in Sagittarius, right? Now, we do, of course, have the moon in Aries at this time. So Mars is actually dispositing this moon and this Chiron and this North Node and this Eris, right? And this moon we're going to see it make the conjunction over to Chiron today as well. So this is happening while this opposition is starting to apex, right? And while this quincunx is starting to apex, it's not exact, but it's apexing. Well, I mean, it's pretty much exact. It's just off by a few minutes, right? Throw in the fact that we also have a harmonic over here with 19 with Black Moon Lilith, which is, making a square to Venus and making a square to Uranus, and is trining Mars at the same time. You want to talk about like whether or not you can trust your own heart, whether or not you can trust the deeper intimacy that you want to have in your life, whether or not you can trust, that you can connect with people that have similar values and stuff like that, and whether or not you can see the beauty in the variety of beliefs out there, the variety of the ways that people live their lives and the philosophies that people live their life by, and that these all can work cohesively together. And that this doesn't need to be just one large, we're all human, we're all the human race, right? But it doesn't need to just be one large nation or one government, that we can be a world of many nations that have their philosophy, but also are still in line with the divine nature of things, the divine codes, if you will. And with those philosophies, they're able to connect deeper to spirit, to source, and build a society that benefits everybody, right? So, like, we can build that shit. Like, I really, really do believe this. Maybe people will call me naive or crazy or unrealistic and shit, but fuck that, right? Like, you can live, peacefully and cohesively with people that you may not necessarily see eye to eye on. You may not have the same philosophy, and they may not have the same beliefs, but I guarantee you the roots of those things have the same. Like, the roots of all those beliefs are the same. The core is the same. I guarantee you. You just may be looking at that branch on the other side of the tree and being like, oh my gosh, look at that branch. Oh my gosh, look at that one. What are y'all doing over there? I need to come over here. Why? Why? Why are we so afraid of how other people express their hearts, their love, their passions, their creativity? Why are we so afraid of other people's philosophies? Why do you think there are many philosophies, religions, beliefs, and stuff? And all of these things have contributed to people living their best lives. Yes, a lot of them have contributed to people taking them out of context as well and trying to perpetuate them on other people and push them instead of allowing people to come to their own spiritual conclusions or their own spiritual ideas and their own way of connecting. But yet, all of these religions and beliefs and creeds and philosophies have a very, very similar core. And people who have followed these beliefs and creeds and religions and such and did so, constructively, have lived very positive lives and service to other people, positive lives and service to God. So, what's wrong with that? Why fight? Why argue? Why try and be like, oh, my God's better than your God, right? Why do that? Well, it all comes from the same source, right? I think that's the fear here with the Venus opposing Uranus, that we are afraid to become intimate with people that are way, way out there. Uranus is way, way out there. We're afraid to become intimate with them. We're afraid to get to know them. And that's the interesting thing, too. It's like we have neglected one of the things that really makes humans unique, and the fact that it is a very positive thing for your mind to acquaint yourself with people of different philosophies and beliefs. That's very, very positive. It helps to expand your worldview, and it provides a dynamic way of thinking. So you're not just trapped in a little box. You're not just trapped in one way, you know. But so many people want to just simply surround themselves and be in an echo chamber. But that echo chamber actually will start to cause dizziness, delirium, vertigo, right? This moon is going to be on top of Chiron today, so people are going to definitely be reacting to their wounding, if you will, reacting to other people's wounding, if you will. And it's happening while this 19-degree energy is an aspect to each other. Oh, look at that. Juno's at 19 degrees as well. Look at that. We got Black Moon Lilith technically doesn't exist, but we have Black Moon Lilith. We have Juno, this asteroid over here. We have Uranus. We have Venus. We have Mars. Juno is commitment too, and it's in Virgo, so commitment to service. Because a lot of people like to look at Juno as like the planet of marriage. I like to look at it as the asteroid of marriage. I like to look at it as the asteroid of commitment, right? And being that it's in Virgo, commitment to service. It's in sextile to Venus, and it's in square to Mars. How can you be of service to other people that may not have the same belief as you, or maybe not have the same philosophy as you? How can you find a way to still be of service to them and be committed to that service? Crazy to think about, right? It's a lot of things, like we forgot about the common good, man. That's what it feels like sometimes. I can pick any two people out of a line, and they may have vastly different beliefs. They both need water, they both need food, they both need shelter, they both need air, right? They both need love, they both need connection, right? Far more unites us than separates us, but we are being deluded into believing in the separation. All right. Moon's going to come off Chiron. On the West Coast, you're going to see, well, I mean, it's like towards the end of the day where the moon joins that 19-degree build up. Of course, Black Moon Lilith moves off of it, mind you, but Venus and Mars and Juno and Chiron are still there. So definitely a very interesting day. Like I said, this is the last full day of the sun in Sagittarius. So like I said, this may feel like some Hail Mary kind of energy today. You probably mostly will see it in the media, but you may see it in your personal lives as well. But just be prepared for the projections of other people. Just be prepared for people coming to certain belief-like conclusions, right? And feel the need to really throw it out there. But remember, even with these conclusions, Mercury and the Sun are coming together. Mercury is in retrograde. So whatever these conclusions are that some people may come to, or that maybe even you come to, be prepared to have that thing flip on its head. At the very least, it's about to get edited because Mercury is about to come over the Sun. So be prepared for that. Let's get into the cards, shall we? I need you to fight for me. I don't know what I believe. Just to know we try. All right, y'all. Let's see what we have for the cards today. Oh, I have the 9 of Cups upright. This is a beautiful card. I love this card. This talks about emotional fulfillment, cheersing to the moment. Kanpai! Like, this is some good energy. I think what we can kind of, maybe we're just taking a look at our life and like, what? I have things to cheers to. I have things that I have accomplished. I have found some emotional fulfillment in these areas. Is it exactly the way I want it to look like right now? No, I don't think it's exactly the way that anyone wants to look like. But is it ever? That's the one thing that's constant, is that it never looks exactly the way that you thought it was going to do or look. So if we can just get over that fact, then we can realize all the beautiful blessings that are already here. You know what I'm saying? We have this followed by the Justice card. Yeah, this is actually just. This is balanced. This is fair. I think we're all looking for some type of fairness and balance in our life. If you're unable to see the beautiful things that you already have in your life via the 9 of Cups and feel that success and feel that emotional fulfillment, this is going to maybe, go into a bit of a meditation, take some time. I mean, it's always good any day to take at least 5 minutes to just reconnect. But, find the balance, find the harmony in a day like today. Realize that things actually are just. Bottom of the deck, we do have the 3 of Wands. Oh, yeah, this is one of those moments. Whenever I see this card, I think of the philosopher looking out and pondering on which way to go and pondering on the journey and stuff like that. We are definitely doing that with the sun at the end of Sagittarius heading into Capricorn, because we know that we have a major boss battle ahead of us once the sun hits Pluto. We have a major boss battle coming up. So, I think this is a day where, take time, take stock, realize that you have things to be grateful for, realize that you can find some emotional fulfillment, and realize that, things, even when they don't seem balanced and just, things are still working out in your favor. Remind yourself of that today. Remind yourself, like one of those mantras, like, things are working out in my favor. Things are working out in my favor. And just because things are working out in your favor doesn't mean that it's not working out in someone else's favor, because we all can win. I truly do believe that. That is going to do it for your astrology forecast today. I hope that you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I definitely appreciate it. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me, beloved, you can follow the link in the description below to my website, jphoenix.com. And as always, y'all take care. Stay blessed. Have a wonderful hump day. And I'll see y'all on the next astrology forecast. Peace.